Hello everyone out there in YouTube land, this is Phoenix Draconis. I am coming with you with another toy review video. And this week's video, as you can tell from the background, is being filmed from Buddy's Toys and Collectibles here at 2812 Thousand Oaks, Suite 101. So if you're ever in the San Antonio area or in the Thousand Oaks area and you want certain figures such as Star Wars, Black Label series, vintage Transformers, like Generations, Power of the Primes, stuff like that, come down to Buddy's here. He will hook you up. Alright, so this week's video is going to focus on Fasttrack, which is the companion bot to Scorponok. And if anyone that has seen my previous review on Scorponok, let's just say that I had a lot of choice words concerning that we had to go ahead and get this separately because he was missing as part of Scorponok. Where in the G1 version, you have Scorponok. You had the large weapon that Scorponok had, and several other accessories, which at this point we're going to be looking towards DNA Designs upgrade kit. But you know what? I'm veering off course and complaining like I normally do. So let's go ahead and showcase this figure a little bit further. Now, as you can tell, and please excuse the glare on that, using a new ring light. Now, as you can tell, he is an awesome looking figure. Just based off of what I'm looking at, I can tell this is going to be very, very poseable from the original G1. Man, I cannot wait to open this up. But before I do, let's go ahead and check out the box art, which showcases Fasttrack in vehicle mode. And you can tell he is, just judging from the artwork on here, you can tell he is moving. He is hauling ass and attacking bots. Now on this side is the Earthrise artwork, which I said it before and I'll always say it. Make posters of this. I guarantee you it will sell out like gangbusters. And on the back, you got the product shots in robot mode, vehicle mode, also spear mode, which I don't think he ever had to begin with, even in his original G1 mode, or even when they reissued him for Master Force. For anyone who's ever seen Super God Master Force, there was a different colored version known as Black Zarek, and Fasttrack was one of the drones there, but I don't believe he ever had a spear, so that's a good thing. And then of course on the side you see him in his individual components. Now basically this figure is a parts former. Sit down, take a deep breath, don't hyperventilate because it's parts forming time! Yes, I said it. Don't dwell too much on it, okay? So, anyway, we're going to go ahead and take one more look at Fasttrack. And let's try and... there we go. And look at that. And let's go ahead without any further ado. Let's get him open. And to loosely quote Octobotamus, let's see how cool he really is. Alright folks, there he is, all out of his box, posed up and ready for battle. And this, so far, is an awesome looking figure. A far, far cry from his G1 counterpart. And, man, now, based off of what you're seeing here, you can tell he's got a lot of molded detail here. I'm going to try and zoom in so you can take a closer look. There we go. And check out that head sculpt. I mean, yeah. That is awesome. Look at the detail that's on his chest. As the light is hitting it, you're seeing molded details along his chest piece with the black outline to accentuate it. The gray pieces, or I should say the black pieces that makes up his abdomen, the crotch piece, along his thighs, inside of his calves, on the outside, his foot. Look at that, man. That is awesome. And that is the one thing that I have really liked about this series so far, is that, is the detail they put into this. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out a bit. And, I mean, damn. That's what I gotta say in this case. Now, seeing as how I am zoomed out enough, we're going to go ahead and take a look at its articulation. So the arms, because this is a parts former, they're on a peg here, which allows the arm to come off. But it does allow range of motion, does have like a type of swivel hinge here, so it allows the arm to go up. Does have bicep rotation. The arm can bend at around 90 degrees here. And when we take off the weapons, whoops, you know what, screw it, I ain't gonna worry about it. So we take off the weapons here, you can tell there's the hand, a lot of good molded detail on here, but it also allows for wrist rotation. Now, in addition, I'm not gonna bother with the arm, putting it back on right now. It does have waist rotation, does allow for a good high kick, a little, kung fu move right there. And I'm wondering, yes, oh, nice. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and redo that one with both arms on there. So it does have enough stability to where it can allow you to do those high kicks. So it allows you, as I was trying to show off, allows you to kick forward, allows you to kick back, almost the same, but because of this backpack here and this little piece, it allows that stop, allows you to go a knee up at 90 degrees if beyond, but that is due to the empty space here, and that is due for transformation. Allows the toes to bend forward, especially if you're doing like a type of jumping pose. You got that going on, but again, this is for transformation, and it allows for an ankle tilt as well, and gives you those wide stances. So let me go ahead and look over a couple of things, make sure that we're on the right track with the parts and stuff, and I will be right back. Alright, there he is, and yes, I had to go ahead and take a couple of shots of him in that kick pose with him complete. So let's go ahead and get him standing upright, and we're going to go ahead and put his arms down, his head forward, and at this point we're going to go ahead and remove the weapon. And there we go. Alrighty. Okay, so one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and turn him around, and we're going to go ahead and slide this backpack out. So all we got to do is just pull out. There we go. As you can tell, that backpack is secured by this peg into this little peg hole right here. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pull this top portion from his waist. So for that, I'm going to go ahead and pull out, which again, this portion is held by a peg. So, there we go. Now, there's that peg right here, and there's that port right there. So far so good. All we're doing is disassembling. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, lay this down, and we're going to take these two pieces and we're going to rotate them like so. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just basically flip these legs in. This is where this empty space, is apparent. So once that's there, go ahead, do the same thing here. Now one thing that I want to let you know, there's this little crevice that is because this leg will go over this joint right here. So it needs some clearance, like so. Alright, so far so good. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and peg these feet onto this tab here. So once they're pegged in, there we go. So far so good. Now for some reason I'm wondering what the hell is going on. Oh, there we go. Silly me, I forgot to snap that down just a little bit. So now it rolls flushed. Yay. Alright, now that this portion is done, the next thing is the upper body. Now we're going to go ahead and at this point, I'm going to go ahead and put his weapons back into his fists on both sides, because basically, if you had the G1 originally, you would know that Fasttrack had these weapons on here. Now, once that's there, we're going to go ahead and we're going to, now it says to twist, oops, wrong section. It says to twist, to lift the arms up like so. Now, another thing, yeah, it mentions to go ahead and twist the arms out like that, so that way these empty spaces are above. Now, okay. So I just want to say yes, I am looking at the instructions while I'm doing this. Another thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and turn the head like so. So it's facing the opposite direction. Now the next thing that we're going to do, so we got to take this portion and okay. Now, very interesting. Oh, okay. Stupid. Okay, so once the head is turned around, you're going to take this portion here and you're going to snap it in like so. Okay. Then we're going to turn these arms out like that, and then Okay, so not sure if anyone's noticed. You see these little two tabs here and here? They go on these, or I should say those slots, they go on, they fit these two tabs on either side of his legs. So I am trying to make sure that they go in there securely. If it goes in there. Oh, one other thing. There's these tabs right here and here. They go into these slots on either side, here and here. Those are for the legs. And there we go. And there we go. Alright. Eesh. I'm going to be reviewing this footage, so I want to make sure everything's in frame. Alright. Now, there is this piece, this blade right here. Now, I have seen other reviewers. They went ahead and they place it on the back over here, like so. Which is pretty cool looking. I mean, I like it, and it's out of the way. However, there is a whoops, there we go. Okay. There is a slot right here that goes onto this peg, and according to the instructions, you can peg it right there. Which I think it's okay. It's not symmetrical, but it's not too bad either. So there he is in his I want to say his artillery tank mode. Okay. So I did overlook something in the instructions. Now, that little blade right here, you can actually be able to fit that in the back like it was supposed to. And give me a moment here. What I'm going to do now is get Lord Zarek, because that actually offers him a seat. So I'm talking about this guy right here. So you're gonna go ahead and put him in the seat. There we go. And he can ride around all he wants. Not too bad, not too bad. I like it. Okay, so there he is in his armored tank mode, I guess you would call it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put him back into vehicle mode, because as I showed you on the box earlier, there is a third mode, and that is the spear. So give me a moment and I'll be right back. Alright folks, thank you for holding. I really appreciate your patience. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put him in spear mode. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and take off this back piece here. And put that off to the side. Next, we're going to go ahead and take off the arms. Well, hold on. First thing, we're going to go ahead and turn the head around. Then we're going to take off the arms. Just like that. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this top piece off. For that, we're going to have to pull that off forward, like so. Now that that is done, go ahead and twist this around, like that. And we're going to go ahead and take off the legs, like so. Alright, so far so good. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out just a bit. Alright. Now, the next thing we're going to do with each of his legs, I'm going to go ahead and turn the feet down, like so. Seeing as how there's a sort of like a slight edge, about 45 degrees, you just push them down like so. I'm going to go ahead and do the same with the other. Alright. Now what we're going to do so what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and turn the legs like this. Now they're not connected because what they have to be done is connected to this piece here, like so. Alright. Okay, now that that portion is done, we gotta go ahead and flip these legs open like that. So you're probably wondering, well, why go through that whole portion of having to, take the legs off, and then why not just twist them? Hey, I'm just going by the instructions here. So, with that being said, let's see here. That being said here, we're going to go ahead and try to think if there is I'm looking at the Alright. Well, there's something that I'm missing on here. Okay, so alright. So there is this piece right here. One of the things you need to do first is fold this out. And what you're going to do next is tap that into the pegs into these slots right here. And boom, there we go. So far so good here. Alright. Now I've only seen this done once, and that's with the recolored version of Fasttrack. I forgot what he was called, but there's rumors that basically if they're doing a recolored version of Fasttrack, more than likely they're gonna do a recolored version of Scorponok for Black Zarek, which is the Master Force version of that character. So, something to look into. Now, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take this blade tip and you're going to go ahead and tab it right here into that hole. There we go. And so far so good. Now I am feeling that there is a little bit of weight, so that's something to look into. Now the next thing is, well, he doesn't have a handle. Well, that is not entirely true, because what you're going to do is you're going to take one of his arms and you're going to take, well, actually you're going to take his arms and you're going to plug them like so. Okay. Now, I do apologize if I'm going just a little slow. It's mostly because I want to be able to make sure I got this down correctly. And I do so far. So we're going to go ahead and do the same thing with the other arm. And we're going to take this arm and tab that in. And there we go. We have the Spear of Zarek. Now, you're probably wondering, well, what about this piece? Well, they make no mention as to what to do with this piece while in that mode. So, we're just going to go ahead and put that off to the side. Now, what I'm going to do at this point is we're going to go ahead and shoot off Scorponok holding the spear. So give me a moment and I'll be right back. Okay, there he is holding his Spear of Destruction. Yeah, that's what I'm going to call it. His Spear of Destruction. And, it's not bad looking. Now, based off of the illustration I see in the directions, it does state, or does show that he needs to hold it like so. Now, the thing about it is that, well, not too bad. It's not bad. I like it. But I have to say, I'm not going to have Fasttrack in that mode very often, if at all. This is the first and more than likely only time that that he will be in that mode. Now, the staff that his arms make up the staff, and they're not the most solid piece to begin with. Yeah, especially since they do bend like regular arms. So for him to hold it in any fashion, that's gonna be a problem. Because I'm gonna show this to you. In the instructions, see, that's how it's supposed to look. And yeah, so not sure. I mean, like I said, I'm gonna try and back up just a bit, and I mean, there he is. I mean, it's not too bad. I like it. But, you know, like I said, I wouldn't keep him in this mode for very long. Unless I'm planning to go ahead and get another fast track and keep him in that mode, that'd probably be the only reason. But I don't foresee him actually being in that mode for very long. So, now there are some other uses because of the fact that he is a parts former. He's a lot like, oh my goodness, I forgot the name of that one character. Basically, he's sort of like a weaponizer, and that's what this one is. He is a weaponizer in most respects. But he came out in the Siege line. He was one of the very first figures that came out. I didn't get him because, well, I just didn't like him. Just to tell you the truth, I did not like him. But nonetheless, he can be used to weaponize your other Siege or Earthrise characters. So you do have that option of doing it. So I'm going to go ahead, put him back into his robot mode, and we're going to go ahead and do a couple of size comparisons as well as rating and final thoughts. Alright folks, thank you for waiting. I really appreciate that. Now, as you can tell, we got some Titan class size comparisons to live up to. But in addition, we also have one of my Titan True, which has recently been acquired, and that is Siege Sideswipe. And like I said, that's an awesome setup there. So now he does scale up, and I'm not going to go ahead and tear him apart just to weaponize Sideswipe. Different factions and all that good stuff, but nonetheless, I like the character. Honestly though, as I said before, this was a figure that should have come along with Scorponok, along with other accessories that we're now having to go ahead and pay a third party to get. So that's my only, that's more than one of my many gripes about it. But the fact remains, this is a good character. Him being a parts former is irrelevant. It pretty much, that is basically something that that was always there. I'm not one of those people that just it comes apart. It's not a transformer. Oh yes, it is. But again, that's just me. So on a scale of 1 through 10, I have to go ahead and take off points for the fact that I gotta go ahead and pay extra money in order to get a figure that should have come along with the main one. In addition, even though it looks pretty cool, the spear mode, like I said, what you saw right now will pretty much be the first and only time I will ever put Fast Track in that mode. You have to go ahead and make sure he is being held in a particular portion of the blade or the connection, because let's face it, the arms being used as the staff is less than desirable. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and give him an 8 based off of those little gripes there. But like I said, it's a good figure. I like him. The joints are pretty tight. Putting them back together in robot mode is still tight. No complaints on that. In vehicle mode, still tight. Utilizes all of all of the bot there. Even the fact the blade can be used as a seat for Zarek, that's a thumbs up on that. Let's see, that's all I got at this point. I'd like to hear from you all. What are your comments or opinions about Fasttrack? Do you like them, love them, hate them, regret you ever got them? leave your comments in the comments section down below. I'd like for you to like, share, subscribe to this channel, ring the bell icon for notifications on new videos as I put them out. Now, I'm still hoping to be able to break 100 subscribers by the end of this year. Now, in order for me to do that, I will need your help. So, as I stated before, like, share, subscribe, comment, ring the bell notification. If you have any suggestions as to what you want to see in future episodes, leave those suggestions in the comment section down below. If you'd like to go ahead and contribute to the channel in one form or another, there's information about that in the description, also located below. So I'd like to thank you all for watching my video today. Thank you for allowing me to go ahead and come into your lives and show you the cool stuff that I have. Here we have is Fasttrack, and this is Phoenix Draconis, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Peace.